The DHH program at David Lubin is a special program that most schools don't have.
This program is special because it gives deaf students their own classroom to learn both sign and the California standards.
It also teaches non-DHH kids how to interact with deaf people.
Also, it creates a new community of learners.
Next we have Juliana and Beatrix interviewing Miss Leiden, a teacher at David Lubin that teaches DHH students and non-DHH students.
This is Miss Leiden, a teacher here at David Lubin who has DHH kids and non-DHH kids in her class.
How do you help non-DHH kids relate to DHH kids?
Well, I look at it as we all have something to learn from each other. The DHH kids come with a language that we don't speak, and we speak a language they don't speak, so we teach each other. So kids that can hear can help teach vocabulary to kids that can't hear. The kids that can't hear can help us learn the signs. And there's scientific evidence that kids that hear, when you put a sign to it or a physical motion to it, they remember those words better. So that really works well in science, because in science, when we're all learning new words like translucent or transparent, we're learning the scientific word, but we're also learning the sign. So we're all learning.
How do you like teaching children that are not deaf about the DHH?
Well, like I said before, kids are all learning together, and our kids that are DHH are learning sign language, and they have something to teach us. So we look at it as an opportunity of like, what can we learn from the DHH kids? What special powers do they have? They know sign language. We can learn sign language from them, and we can teach them how we use language in our classroom.
Next up we have TJ interviewing Maya, a student in the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program at David Lubin Elementary. This is Maya in Miss Williams' class at David Lubin, and she is in the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program. How do you feel in the DHH program?
I feel connected to it, and it's really fun, and we learn a lot, and I feel pretty happy all the time. And that's it.
Do you like learning sign language and the California standards at the same time?
Yeah.
Next up is TJ, who is interviewing Miss Miller, a teacher in the DHH program at David Lubin.
How do you feel about the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program here at David Lubin? I'm very fortunate because I work with two incredible teachers for the deaf. We really collaborate well, and I think it's really nice to have for all the students. Also, our program is a really positive environment. Those students feel safe and they can take risks at learning. What makes this a special program? Well, our teachers really care about the students, They are their priority. It's their number one. Also, not just the deaf and hard of hearing teachers care, but the general education teachers also care about the program. How has education changed since you were a kid? When I was a kid, it was really different. There was more emphasis on speech and talking and developing your speech skills, and I feel like I missed out on the education part. But nowadays, people are more open-minded with designing and allowing children to learn sign language. So they can access the education part, access the curriculum.
Next, we have Silas interviewing our school principal, Mr. Dixon.
This is the principal at David Lubin Elementary School. Why is the DHH program at David Lubin special?
There are many reasons, Silas, why the program is special. First of all, the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program here at David Lubin is a regional program. That means there are many surrounding school districts that don't have a Deaf and Hard of Hearing program, so that we have students come to our program from all over the region, from Davis, from Natomas, from Elk Grove, to our program, so that they can receive deaf and hard of hearing education to support them to realize and reach their potential. So it's a very special thing. Not every school has a program. Even not every district has a program like ours.
What is your favorite thing about the DHH program?
So many things. I love that our teachers connect kids who are in the DHH program with kids who are in the general education program. For example, Ms. Williams works with our fourth grade teacher, Mr. Brewer, so that Ms. Williams' 4th, 5th, and 6th grade deaf and hard of hearing students learn science with Mr. Brewer's 4th graders. And they teach the class together, Mr. Brewer and Ms. Williams, and they teach American Sign Language signs for the concepts that they're learning. For example, this is the sign for waves. So if we're learning about sound waves, we're learning the sign language for that concept as well, so that there are many opportunities for the kids to talk about the science using sign language. And obviously the deaf and hard of hearing students are experts in sign language, so they have a chance to be the teacher, and general education students have a chance to be the learner. And then there are times when they're learning together. And talking Miss Williams, Miss Williams was recognized just yesterday as the Cal-Ed, that's the California Association for Educators of the Deaf. She has been recognized as the Cal-Ed 2019 State of California Teacher of the Year. So we have very special people in our program.
The Deaf and Hard of Hearing program helps students learn in a secure and safe environment.
We feel that this is a program that more schools should have. We hope you enjoyed hearing about the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program at David Lubin.